hasta que lo veamos en el fútbol europeo a Páez. El segundo tiempo fue todo de Jamaica. Una pelota parada, la media vuelta de Micael Antonio. Y el disparo de zurda para el 2-1. Se metía en el partido Jamaica. Se había quedado Ecuador. Aquí pedían una mano también. Después la media vuelta de Micael Antonio adentro del área chica para marcar el...
Looking to counter into space, the foot race, and it's going to be won by Cephas. Cephas into the area. Cephas squaring for Nicholson. Goal! Bloop, 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 goal! Jamaica! And despite the efforts, Dorni Romero to hold back.
From Ronaldo Cephas, he tries to find Dixon. Dixon gets on the end of it. Reed wants it. Dixon scores instead. Able to get inside the penalty area, and he was able to just squeeze it past. Another look here. The step over, cuts it back.
So the Reggae Boyz are set to face the British Virgin Islands in the second round of the World Cup qualifiers. And this, I think, should be one of the easiest games we've played in a long, long while. So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. This is most definitely the preview of the Jamaica Concacaf World Cup. This is a preview of the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers, Jamaica versus British Virgin Islands. Or should I say, British Virgin Islands versus Jamaica Reggae Boyz. And as mentioned earlier, this should be an easy, very, very easy game. But it's also a big opportunity for Steve McLaren to fine-tune his team to get the best that he wants from this squad. Before getting into the details, hit the like button. We'll go for 300 likes again. Me keep on asking that, but I know me can't hit that. You know, it's rough. I know me can't reach it. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. Thoroughly appreciate it. Share the video to other persons who you think in a WhatsApp group would want to see it. Anyway, so big up on yourself, people. Alright, so generally this supposed to be an easy game. I'm not necessarily phased. The British Virgin just lost to Dominica 3-0. And really and truly, Dominica is not necessarily a easy force. No, they're not an easy force. So if Dominica beat them up, I'd expect us to beat them as well. No, this is not arrogance. This is not overhyping, and this is not lack of respect to our opponent. We have a far superior team than our opponent, so the expectations on our team is that we should win. And if we can't expect our team to win against far inferior opponents, I don't think we're ready. I don't think we're really ready to go to the World Cup. But as I mentioned, this is the optimum time for Steve McLaren to fine-tune what exactly he wants to do with his squad. Now, so let's get into the meat of the matter where that is concerned. So British Virgin Islands, as I just mentioned, they just lost Dominica, and in some sense it was a battering. They didn't really look good. This won't be a heavy task for the Reggae Boyz. I'm assuming that we can get the job done from the first half. This is a big opportunity for players who are out of form to find back their footing, i.e. probably Bailey, Gray, and these players. This is a perfect opportunity to do so. And if they can't find their footing in a game like this, I think it's just probably just have to wrap up them boots and say, you know what, just show it in. Because this is a team, basically down and out, and not really have much to play for. Because if you look at the groups, if you look at the group standing are showing, it is showing you guys that they are far behind. 2 games played. 2 games played. So Jamaica played 2 games so far. Guatemala. These are the 2 league leaders. 5 teams in the group 2B. Guatemala, Jamaica, Dominica, and British Virgin Island. And British Virgin Island, the 5th on the table. So far, in 3 games, they have conceded a total of 10 goals and yet to score a goal. So that in itself is supposed to tell us, or tell us the level that we are at from them. On the other side of that, Jamaica has conceded 2 goals and only scored 4. So maybe that is something that we have to look into as well. Whilst league leaders, Guatemala, scoring 9 goals and conceding 0. So that game between Jamaica and Guatemala will be a very interesting one. Now, Jamaica, our team is technically a team that is, they call it flat track bully. We tend to beat up the teams then that are at the lower level. But once you come up a team at our level or even higher, you see where we'll fall short in certain aspects of our team. Now, the Unity Cup, the game versus Nigeria, is a template to showcase that we do have quality and we can put out a team that can be competitive against top quality players. But once we find ourselves in a case of going for name over performance, that is where we tend to fall short. Because most of the time, our names that we have in our team aren't performing well. And the persons who are perform don't have the big name, so they don't start. So the game will struggle. We struggle significantly. And that has been a continuous cycle throughout the period. So Jamaica defeated, so far in the competition, Jamaica defeated Dominican Republic, 1-0, and then we defeated Dominica 3-2. Now, let me tell you, that game versus Dominica, the game should have done 4 or 5 easily. The amount of chance of waste. So the 3-2 made the game seem close on paper, like the way the result is concerned, but it was not necessarily the case. Boza scored a brace in that and kind of with his goal. So it's not supposed to be that difficult. It's not supposed to be that difficult. I do believe though that there are some aspects of our performance that we have to improve on going further. Now, between Jamaica and British Virgin Island, from what I've seen now where the head-to-head is concerned, we have only played them once, and that was in the 4th of March, 1994. I was only 2 years old at that point in time. Jamaica defeated the British Virgin Island 12-0. Flat track bully. Flat track bully, as mentioned. And that was 31 years ago. 31 years ago that was. But we have met again, and certain aspects don't change. We're still better than them. We are still better than them. So and what I'm going to do now, we're going to go into the possible starting lineup. It could be my starting lineup actually. It could be my starting lineup. We're going to the possible starting lineup for this one. So let me start off with in goal. I think that is quite obvious, very obvious. Andre Blake in goal. He's going to come right in. And he's the #1 goalkeeper for the team. The expectations are that he will maintain his position. Now, I'm going for a 4-2. You know what? 4-3-3. I'm going for a 4-3-3 formation. I'm not go 4-2-3-1, but we don't need to have two DM. We don't need to have 2 DM or even 2 persons in the middle of the park like that. We're going for a 3 in the middle of the park. So Andre Blake in goal in the right back position now. The first person come to my name is Lembikisa. I really want Lembikisa to retain his position. But I'm slightly worried based on what I saw versus Nigeria. Him look tired, heavy leg. I'm not sure. I just didn't get what I normally get from Lembikisa in that game. But I'm gonna, you know, for safety purpose, I'm still gonna stick with Lembikisa. But this one, I was really consider bringing in Latibodier because I'm unsure if we're gonna see about Latibodier in the middle of the park. So I'll go with Lembikisa in the right back position. In left back position, Amari Bell. We have seen Amari Bell is in good form right now. I don't have any issue where that is concerned. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The centre back pairing. Now, for the last couple of games, we have seen Richard King and Holgate as a centre back pairing. But prior to that, when Ethan Pinnock was in the squad, you know who paired with Ethan Pinnock? Richard King. So based off that information, I'm going to go with that specific period again. It'll be really interesting to see what the coach goes go with here. It could be Ethan Pinnock and Mason Holgate, Ethan Pinnock and Damian Lowe. But for the aspect of ball handling, taking care of the ball, I'm going to go Ethan Pinnock and Richard King for this one. Ethan Pinnock on the left-hand side with his dominance, physical presence and stuff. And Richard King on the right-hand side, cool, calm and ball handler in the defense. So I think that should be the entire back line. I'm going to think nobody should, well, people are going to have a problem with it, yes. As me said, people are going to believe who them think should go in. And I don't think Richard King definitely has put a foot wrong so far. Other than the game they went play against St. Vincent, that one moment, so far he has been really good. Now in the only midfield position, I'm going to go with Isaac Hayden. And under the radar, he's really going under the radar. I think he's performing quite well under the radar. Still have my thoughts on him same way, but he's performing well so far under the radar. I do believe though that that position is a position that we really need a backup for. Remember, we only have one proper CDM. Unless if Aiden is not there, it's gonna have to be Latibodier. And I'm very worried about having Latibodier there based off how McLaren wants to play. Not when we're under Al Grimson, where Al Grimson played a very rigid defensive structure. McLaren played a more free-flowing, ball-handling, attacking type of structure. Whereas you will need that person who will be able to take care of the ball as in win the ball, then can progress the ball as fast as possible. Not necessarily Latibodier best straight. Yes, he can win the ball, but he's not much of a ball handler. So I'm going to go with Isaac Hayden in that position, in the lone holy midfield position. And why we can do this, as I said, it's a low profile opponent, so we don't necessarily need to have 2 DM or probably 8/6 in that position. I like the midfield that I saw, in the Unity Cup. I really like that midfield. And personally, I don't think I really want to trouble that specific midfield. I really don't want to trouble it. So I think on the left hand side, I'm gonna stick with Casey Palmer. I hear a lot of people complaining about him. I think it's just boiled down to what people want and who they think should play the position, who they want to play the position. I think that's definitely the case. And really and truly, I have no issues with it. Everyone has their preference. I'm going based off what I've seen the coach go with. I go based off of the data, what the data tell me. Even though I do think in the midfield position, Casey Palmer is not necessarily our best midfielder for that position, especially for up against a high-profile team, because he's not much of a tackler. He does not necessarily tackle a lot. But nevertheless, that's what I am going with. You could also say, boy, I probably play Bobby Reed in that position, but at this present moment, I'm not 100% sure where the level what Bobby Reed is at right now. So I'm still going to stick around with Casey Palmer. On the right midfield position, I'm going to go with John Russell. Now, Casey Palmer, I want Casey Palmer to play probably at a 6/8, but more for this game, 8/10, sorry. And I want John Russell as well to play as a 8/10. And we have seen so far from John Russell, even in the last in the Unity Cup, what it gave to the team, that attacking prowess, that know-how, especially in the right area, the right half space. When he pick up the ball in the right half space, he knows when to go and when to not. He knows how to control that aspect of the pitch. But in all aspect, I have to go with John Russell. He's looked really, really good. He's looked extremely sharp. And me have to play 2 8/10. John Russell and Casey Palmer. Now, the interesting part is who will lead the line. Because at this present moment, there's big question mark. There's huge question mark around the attacking line. Serious question mark around the attacking line. Who specifically is going to lead the line? On the left-hand side, no doubt about it, I am going to go with Ronaldo Cephas. Now, this is going to spark a lot of argument. Why? Because me putting Cephas in that position will going to exclude a fan favorite in Demarai Gray. And when you exclude a fan favorite, it causes problem. We know the thing go we know the thing going at the Reggae Boyz space. Anytime you exclude a fan favorite, it causes serious problems. But as it stands right now, I'm going to go with Cephas. I'm going with the man in form. I'm going with the man in form. Let other players watch what's happening on the pitch. I'm going with the man in form. On the right hand side, this technically think there's not much I can say about this opposition. And Leon Bailey will get it. I'm very unsure if Leon Bailey is really in form right now. But just the fact that he's Leon Bailey, hierarchy structure in the team, even people might not say so, it's Leon Bailey, and the coach will play him. Fly high, fly low. The coach will play him. We just have to hope that he can give us what we require or what we demand of him. And if you don't want it, that's how I go. But he will play. Now, the big question is, who will lead the line? For now, at this present moment, I'm still going to stick with Romain Burrell. And we have, in the event, Burrell probably not having a good game, we still have Werner Brown and Kyle Dixon on the bench to come on and change the dynamics of the game down the line. On the left-hand side, Demarai Gray can come off the bench. And even if Bailey, things not go well with Bailey, the coach can switch out Bailey and put in Brown and also Dixon. So, really and truly, the attacking line, if you have goal per quality where you can switch in and out, so we're good in that aspect. But the midfield now is where we don't really have that much flexibility. And for me, where prediction is concerned, I think this is going to be a expedition match. I'm gonna go 5-1. I'm gonna go 5-1 Jamaica. Long time I'm gonna beat a side so bad still. 6-1. I'm gonna say 6-1 Jamaica. We should really put them to the sword, and it should be it shouldn't be hard. So 6-1 Jamaica. And this would be the starting lineup that I'm putting out there to go forward and get the job done. So tell me what you think, people. Go in the comment section, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. We're out. Outside. Boom. God bless. Outside. And the girls have what? Hey, outside.